This girl actually likes to eat bugs. 1, 2, countless. Is she a pervert? No. He is the messenger sent by God to save people. He ate this bug called mites. Once attached to the human body will bring bad luck to people. But only a superpower like Hermione can see the mites. And only Hermione can destroy them. When the school mites, she will suddenly appear in the school as a transfer student. In addition to the mites to protect the safety of all students and teachers. But the students do not know this. But also because Anna has a special smell and dislike her. On this day, Hermione saw Sui Eun-young in the hallway is using her sword, stabbing a mite. The two looked at each other and immediately understood that the other was also able to see mites. It turns out that Eun-young also has superpowers and has been using his exorcism artifact to remove all kinds of evil things and keep everyone safe. Even the giant toadstool he can kill with one shot. This time, in the face of a small mite, his sword is useless. Hermione found Eun-young, told him that the ordinary way is unable to destroy the mites. Only her stomach acid to completely decompose the mites, because she is a mite eater. Eliminating mites is her mission. The next day, Eun-young saw a very scary scene. A large wave of mites are coming to the school. Faced with so many mites, how should Hermione cope? This bug is called a mite. Once possessed by him will be bad luck constantly. And the only one who can destroy him is this girl Hermione. She is a mite eater. Only her stomach acid can break down the mites. But the school mites are too many. Although Hermione kept eating, but there are still many students were hurt. In order to accelerate the cleanup of mites, Hermione had to eat a lot of food every day to promote the secretion of stomach acid. This day Hermione suddenly stomach pain unbearable. Students sent her to the infirmary. The school doctor also thought she was eating too many mites, resulting in stomach problems. But Hermione said that the stomach pain was because he had his first period. Everyone was surprised to hear that it was almost 20 before the first menstruation. But the next words of Anna let everyone more shock. She said this is her first time as a girl. It turns out that she is God's messenger. Only when the mite can survive. But the life expectancy of only 20 years, the deadline will die. If she wants to be reincarnated and reborn again, she has to wait until the next time the mites appear. In addition to this, she cannot cross out of the area she is responsible for hundreds of years. She would only be able to move within a 38-kilometer area. And she really wanted to see the outside world and really wanted to do it once. Eun-young listened to the heartache. He thought he was the most miserable. Because there are superpowers. He was born with the mission to protect others. And every day had to face those terrible monsters. But I did not expect Hermione more miserable than himself. In order to save everyone even gave his life again and again. Looking at the poor girl in front of him, Eun-young secretly vowed to find a way to keep her alive. Eun-young picked up a mite and stuffed it directly into his mouth. But in the end, it was too hard to swallow and he spit it out. He did so because he wanted to share Hermione's burden too much. Because Hermione, as a messenger, had to eat all the mites in order to protect humans. And she only had a life expectancy of 20 years. Seeing that she is getting closer to 20 years old, Eun-young wants to save her and keep her alive. Through a friend, Eun-young contacts a doctor who says that by removing Anna's stomach, the problem will be solved. Eun-young is overjoyed. But then the woman wants $200 million for the surgery. How can Eun-young have that kind of money? She has to go back and think of a solution first. That night, a good news came. Eun-young, another doctor friend with superpowers, willing to help Hermione for free, rushed to tell Hermione the good news. But what is unexpected is that Hermione refused. Because although she is particularly eager to become an ordinary person, want to see what the outside world is really like, but there are still so many mites in the school. She must continue to fight to protect his classmates, which is his mission. Eun-young is touched and decides to fight with Anna. He started to catch mites like crazy, because ordinary people can't see the mites. His behavior is weird in the eyes of the students, and there are even many students who take pictures of his antics and post jitterbug videos, but they don't even know that Eun-young is protecting them. Finally, after Eun-young's battle, he caught all the mites all finished, packed in a jar for Hermione to eat. But also to Hermione promised that if the mites appear again in the future, they will have another way. Without worries, Hermione was finally willing to accept the surgery. Although his physical condition is special, but the operation went quite well. Soon her stomach was taken out, surprisingly in the shape of a small monster, with the word relief written on it, which is the mission of the mite eater, relief of all beings. After being discharged from the hospital, Anna came to the 38 kilometers boundary. both excited and scared. She clenched her fists and squeezed her eyes shut as she slowly walked across the place that could end her life. The intersection past and Hermione was safe and sound. She looked back at the 5:38 on the wall and shed the first tears of her life as she finally became an ordinary girl.
And if you like the video, like and subscribe. See you next time.